Peace, family. So I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about the spiritual realm has laws and rules. The spiritual realm has laws and rules. So the same way we have physical laws and rules out here that we have to follow, or should I say that they put in place that we should follow because then they have physical consequences to them. They get that concept from the spiritual laws and rules that we have to follow. The court system, the way they do things as well, it's all part of the structure of creating laws. Their physical false sense of authority and security for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you go out and steal a bag of chips, you know what I'm saying, or take it from the store. They have certain guidelines that they will go by when giving you your time for your chips. Maybe probation, maybe just a fine, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you had other charges and they want to give you a couple days or some shit like that. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But they have different consequences and they all have different levels to them when you are sentenced or when you're found guilty or whether you plead guilty to whatever has happened. And I like to use the jaywalking as a small example because we all know that we can get jaywalking tickets. But we don't really feel guilty when we jaywalk or walking, which is a natural thing to do, across the street. You know what I'm saying? So they force their laws and rules in place to kind of have us counter our natural laws and rules in place that we're supposed to follow. So that's why when you walk across the street, you don't feel guilty because those are their laws. But if you have a friend or a family member that you genuinely wholeheartedly fuck with, and let's say you break one of their items or you just borrowed it too long or something, you know what I'm saying? You kind of start feeling a little guilty within for your role in the situation that was created, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, say we in our growing space, before we get to our growing spaces and our ascension spaces and places. Let's say we out moving around with some friends, some associates or something, and you decided to drink most of the liquor and not share it with everybody. Even though you shared, you was trying to drink as much as you can because you wanted to be litty. You know what I'm saying? And in the spiritual realm, you would have to pay some kind of consequence for doing your peers around you in that manner, and before because you have been selfishly entitling yourself to overindulge in something that was clearly y'all all went on the bottle together, or maybe you brought the bottle but it was for everybody to drink, you know what I'm saying? So you will have your own consequences to pay for that. Now whether it's, you know, you getting sick from drinking too much, or maybe it's you got a super bad hangover and you missed a day of work and now you done missed some money, or you possibly got fired, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be a consequence and repercussion behind it that happens spiritually from that you won't get found guilty for in this physical realm. And that's what they kind of trained their team to understand. So when you running around here and you moving and you facing these narcs and demons and all these other entities and shit like that, it's like they do all the things that they know that they can get away with spiritually, but the shit that they'll get caught for physically is that's like their God, you know what I'm saying? So they follow those rules to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? It's to a certain degree because they don't like following anybody's rules or laws, but they follow those ones more to a certain degree. And I say that to say, like, they'll stab you in the back or break your trust or do some dishonest shit, you know what I'm saying? That's breaking more so spiritual laws and rules, opposed from, you know, they got to stop at every single light that they come to, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe they are like You know, it's just a lot of different things that you can do to correlate with the system and the laws and rules that they have. You know what I'm saying? Even coming out to some of these lakes and things, like, they don't want people swimming in them. But it's like, that's one of their false sense of laws and rules of security that they put in place to kind of counter the real organic spiritual laws and rules that we have in place already. So once I start growing and ascending, I stop putting so much weight on their physical laws and rules. I know which ones, and I know that they come with consequences and repercussions, but I stop putting as much weight on them. And the more I start putting as much weight on them and start trusting the process and trusting the universe and the creator, the less I had to worry about that shit. When COVID happened, before I got all my shit straight and organized, like, because that shit kind of threw everything in shambles, you know what I'm saying? I was on a, what was it? My tags were like dead and my inspection was done. But I ended up getting my tag straight, but I drove on my dead inspection because in Virginia, you need an inspection. In other states, you don't have to have an inspection. So one of them false sense of security / laws and rules you got to follow. You know what I'm saying? But I drove on without worrying about the inspection shit for like a year. Once I start growing and ascending, I did that just to test my abilities and to test the universe to see if it's really vibing with me like that. You know what I'm saying? To see if I really have to worry about these things that we say we shouldn't be focusing our energy on. And to be honest with you, it worked out 1,000% the way I wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? And that even comes down to the false security of insurance. You know, you get home insurance, car insurance, renter insurance, insurance. You know what I'm saying? All these different false sense of security things, these false safe plans in case something happens. In case something happens, I'm trusting the creator and the universe. That's what I'm doing. I don't really give a fuck about having insurance in case I get into an accident, because in my lifetime, I've only been driving behind in one car accident. So for me, and other people hitting me, I think I've only had maybe none of those with me driving. All the ones, actually one. And that was just probably within the past 4 to 5 years. One. And that shit happened when I had the insurance. That's the crazy thing. I was like, let me test the universe. I do subtle things just to see if the universe is more powerful than what's actually going on out here. You have to constantly test the waters, you know what I'm saying? So the universal law is way more powerful than this law that they have out here in place right now. So I always keep that in mind when I'm operating and maneuvering out here, you know what I'm saying? So if I feel like I'm doing something with some peers or by myself and I'm maneuvering somewhere, if I start to feel a little guilty or like a little shameful, like I shouldn't have done it or something, then I know like I made a small infraction in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of tell when these things are happening. But as far as like, if it's 1 a.m. and there's nobody around, I'm on one of my back roads and it's a red light, I'm going to go through that red light. I'm not that much of a zombie robot to just sit here and just sit. Nobody's around. It's a small intersection. It's not even a big one. Maybe a T. You know what I'm saying? But out here in VA, it's like a lot of trees. Everything is blocking. So I wouldn't put all that pressure on myself to think, okay, well, it's 2 a.m. so I should just sit here. But I clearly see there's nothing around me at all. So I'm just going to keep on cruising. I know I didn't really break any spiritual laws. This was just a physical law. In other countries, they don't even have lights. They don't have lights. You have to kind of minimize the brainwashing and warping that they have going on. You know what I'm saying? And understand that these spiritual laws and rules that we have are way more powerful. They are way more powerful. But I ain't want to run up too long, you know what I'm saying? Y'all tapping everything down below. We got Heartache and Beans on, you know what I'm saying? Y'all feel the vibe. Y'all know what time it is. Peace and love to the kings and queens.